Ivy, nice to see you again.
Thank you.
How's everything?
It's everything.
It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a long while. Too long, actually.
So you had a baby.
Yeah, a beautiful baby girl. Named her Eden. Yeah, my Eden.
And what's going on with your life? Are you working the streets still?
I'm not working on the street anymore, but I have been smoking a lot.
What made you relapse?
I don't know. I don't know what made me relapse. I smoked. I smoked it. I try not to think about it too much when I try to get sober. I try not to like beat myself up about it. If I want to smoke, I don't go, I don't say like, should I? I just do it. To get the pain out of just to
Is life just
not beat myself up. Just go ahead and do it.
Is life just too stressful sometimes?
Not even that. I find myself not having anything to do when I know there's so much for me to do. I just do it recreationally. I don't even get high anymore. I know I don't even get high anymore. I don't know.
Are you with your kids? You have two, right?
I have two girls. Yeah, I have two girls. Genesis and Eden. Genesis was adopted by her grandmother. And Eden is in the care of a foster parent. Oh my God, when I looked at her, I'll show you a picture of her. It's just my baby. I think about her all the time.
And you lost her why? Because you were smoking?
That's what it is. And that's all it is. It's the addiction. Yeah. Yeah, it's the addiction.
These drugs mess up so many lives.
Yeah. It's self-inflicted though, most of the time. It's self-inflicted. I mean, there's no amount of background history that I could talk about at this age anymore to say this is why I do it. I can't come up with any more excuses.
You can't blame your parents anymore?
I can't. There's no more excuses. There's no more pain. There's no more, I wish I could. I wish I could blame it on something else, but I can't. And every day it gets harder to look in the mirror. And, every day it gets, harder to just love myself or like myself a little bit more. But then again, that's why I do it again. I take a hit again. My mom, she used to say this saying, and I saw a video the other day, and he says, people who say it is what it is, they're dangerous people. Because no matter what happens, it's just like they've created this mindset that's just like, it is what it is, whatever. Whatever, it is what it is. And that can hurt a lot of people. It can hurt me, it hurts me as well. And I found myself saying it a lot. And it is what it is. It is what it is. And then a day goes by and it is what it is. And a week go by and it is what it is. And my babies are gone and it is what it is. And my mom's still out there. It is what it is though. I've been fucked up in my head a lot, Mark, because
You can't accept what's not acceptable.
you can't.
You have to draw a line.
I've been a quiet kid. I've been a very quiet kid all my life. I've been a quiet lady, a woman, whatever you want to call it. I've been quiet all my life. And I always tell myself, I said, I wish you would just talk. Just say something, And when I try to speak, it's like, I feel like I don't know what to say because I don't know what I feel anymore. You know, drugs and the streets and prostitution and everything in the streets, everything out here that leaves us stuck, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And the reason it's not worth it, Mark, is because you get to a point where you're sitting down one day and you realize, I need this, I need a car. Maybe it'd be easier if I had a car. I need an apartment, you know? So we go out there and we hustle and we create this idea in our head that if I just come up with a good one, you know? If I just come up with a good one, I'll have enough to get this. But it's just a fantasy. Because $200 isn't gonna get us through the day. $1,000 isn't gonna get us through the week. We're so far behind that there's no amount of money anymore, you know? So every day I keep going and I keep going, but my dreams get farther and farther, and that's why drugs isn't worth it, you know? It's not worth it. So then again, it is what it is. I tell myself it is what it is, you know? This is how I'm gonna die. I wish I had stayed in school. I wished I had did this and that. I find myself telling myself that I'm happy my kids are with me. Because I'm smart. I'm a good person. I'm all of these things, but did I really want to put her through this? You know, relapse after relapse after relapse. When I had my first daughter, I fed her well. You know, she had toys, she had this and that, all off my pussy, you know, all off me just catching dates in the middle of the night. But in order for me to work, I had to leave her sleep by herself. In order for me to work, I had to say, sis, can you just watch her for a second? I don't know who the fuck she had coming around. You know, but to me in my head, I got high and I'm upbeat. And to me in my head, it's like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm a mom, I'm a mother. So I'm thankful that her grandmother has her, because that's not what I wanted for my baby, you know. I grew up in the dope house, you know. My mom held me in her arms while she was cooking dope. I grew up like that. And my mom asked, she goes, I wonder why you weren't a drug dealer before you were a prostitute. Because you was around dope. That's not really a question you ask your kid. And so I thought about it. I'm like, maybe I should sell dope. Maybe that's what my mom wants me to do. Life has become just this concoction of bullshit. Just bullshit. And I can't put it into perspective. I don't know what the purpose of it is anymore. There's no purpose in this, you know. When people say there's beauty in this shit, there's no beauty here. It's not beauty. It's not beautiful. You can't succeed like this. And to feel good, it's only pleasure in the quiet for me. And my quiet is a depressing place. You know, I can't take a walk in the park and not be depressed. I used to be able to take a walk and feel good, just like the air. I can't no more. Because everything I've done over the years has just ripped me and beat me up And it just hurt me, Mark. And I can't think about anything happy anymore. And I want my babies back so bad, but I don't want them in this. I don't want them here. I don't want them with this depressed woman. Because my mother was sober for 14 years. But when she relapsed, it killed me even more. Because I finally saw the woman that my brothers and sisters had seen. And I hated it. I hated it so much. So that makes me think, maybe I should just let my baby go. Try not to think about her. And a month would go by, and a year went by, and I hadn't went to visit her. And I logged on Facebook, and my baby was calling her grandmother mommy. And it killed me. My brother used to tell me she doesn't deserve to be called mom because she wasn't a mom. And just to hear my baby call her grandmother mommy, I told myself, wow, you lost that privilege. How does that feel? But I can talk about my pain all day and what I've done. It's still all self-inflicted. At the age of 23, it's self-inflicted. I've done nothing but smoke. I hope that whoever watches these videos is not taking it as entertainment, but taking it as something to learn from, because it doesn't matter where you come from. Drugs are there. Drugs are there. I started doing drugs in a laundry room. Drugs are there. They're gonna be there. It's not fun when the party's over and you still want to get high and everyone else goes to work. It's not fun. An addict is an addict. Whether you do it weekly, monthly, you don't want to be the one who ends up having to do it daily. I had a good childhood. I had dreams. But I was raised around women who weren't very dependable emotionally, mentally. And my grandma, to this day, I talk to her almost every day. She always tells me, I'm sorry, Evie, I love you. And I'm sorry I didn't do anything for you. She spent 30 years in her mother's garage. She couldn't leave her mother. So depression was all I was around. You know, sad women. I grew up in the rooms of Cocaine Anonymous. I knew the Serenity Prayer before I was 6 years old. But look at me now, you know? There's nothing in the world that I would give up just to change that moment. I still needed love. No matter how many stories I'd heard about the streets and having to deal with the addiction, there's nothing. I still did it. still did it. I still did it. It's only gonna get harder to accept yourself every day when you become addicted to something so potent. It only gets harder. I want to get better for my babies. But every time I try to get up in the morning, I say maybe I should go visit her. But I'm scared. Because the guilt and the shame is so strong. There's nothing out here worth it, worth losing your life. You know, so I'm still working on being me and learning me, because starting to do drugs at a certain age, it's like becoming addicted to something and wanting something at that young. It's like me and who I am is out of the picture. But I want it so bad. I want to know who I am. I want to know what Ivy likes. I want to know what Ivy loves. I just started telling the people around me, not my friends, call me by my government name, because I want to hear it again, you know? But they can't do it. So I would start responding to my street name. And it would upset people. Why do you want to be like, why are you trying to do something? Because that's me. That's what I was named. And I'd appreciate it if you called me by my first name. I'm trying to hold on to anything that makes me feel real again, human. Anything. I still have girls who call me, you know, just to talk to me, see how I'm doing. And I'm embarrassed. It's hard to go in family settings or that's different settings other than where I am, because you feel it. You know, you feel the rape and you feel the abuse and you feel the anger and you feel what people have called you and done to you over the years when you're around a brighter setting, and it's not a good feeling. I realized that I'm somebody only when I'm around people who haven't went the route that I went, and that sucks. Yeah. I like being here.
Do you ever get a chance to talk about this stuff with anyone?
For what? For what? You know, I can have conversations about God and, doing good and going to school, but then it's like, pass me the pipe. For what? I'm not saying people that are out here in the streets are just ugly people. We need love too. But at a certain point, we gotta be left where we are because we become someone and something unsuitable for a public nature because what value are we to our kids? What value are we to a workplace? When we gotta sneak in the bathroom just to go get high, or, I feel so unnormal, unnatural. What do you do? And I was reading about how they had made the tiny houses for the people, trying to get them off the streets. And they offered my mom one. And she rejected it. Because when she went inside, it was just like so hideous. And I said, I knew it. I had said, you're gonna give these people that need help. But it's not like you can just give us a house and a car and say, okay, now you have what we have, so go ahead and be the best you can be. It doesn't work that way, because not only do we need the materials, we also need the love. We need the mental health. And a lot of us are too far gone. That we couldn't create a home anymore. How does that happen? So it's just like it's painful. If you can, just live life. There's no amount of drugs that can give you a better happiness than to be able to say you take care of your family. I know it feels way better. It's not needed, It's not a necessity until you're addicted. Have fun without it. Have fun without it, because when you're addicted, you can't have fun getting high or getting drunk anymore. There's no fun. Oh my goodness. I stopped calling you because I'm just like, I don't want to be that bitch that's just like, Mark, I need this and I need that and I need this, because I know I need it. And even if you was to give it to me, I'ma still need it. And
you've never been one of those.
I mean, For what? This means a lot to me what you do, because depression is a motherfucker. Whether you're addicted to drugs or not, it's really hard. But imagine being addicted to drugs and depressed. You know, to help someone in that kind of state is a tricky situation, because money don't last too long in our hands, you know. I don't even know my daughter's shoe size anymore. I don't even know if I was to go buy a pair of shoes, because I'm too busy getting high. This is not a situation that money can help or cure, you know. It becomes embedded, and it's not pretty. So it's not the love, it's not the money that I appreciate, but it's the love, it's the care, just the care that you give. And that alone to me is so beautiful, because my mother wasn't very affectionate, you know. First time I tried to kill myself, she just walked in and she looks and she backs away and she walked away, you know. That's not the reaction I was expecting or I was hoping for. It's not over for me. It's not over. I'm not dead yet. So the love is always something I've craved. Just a love that naturally flows. You know, there's nothing you can give me except for love. Because I want it so bad. You know? I salute all the women that are in the game and that have created a foundation in the game and got to where they wanted to be, starting with the game. But don't make it so beautiful, you know, that, you know, the game is this and that, because life is real life. And you got babies that's out here just hoping to be that beautiful hoe, you know. And when I was 19, I knocked a 15-year-old, not knowing she was 15. Until this day, she calls me. She says, I love you, you know. That doesn't feel good to me no more. You know, to bring another woman back to a pimp, it don't feel good to me no more. It's not fulfilling. Because nowadays it's different. There's no success. There's no stability in this no more. I wouldn't want nobody to see this shit. You know, you got this glamorous, this beautiful image of what, you know, a hoe and a pimp should be. And, you know, what life in the street selling drugs is. And I'd sell drugs and I'm this and that. Hey, I salute the ones who thought that, you know, you made it. But you gotta be aware that it's not really beautiful. You know, it's such a staged dream. You know, it's a fantasy. These are fucked up people. You know, sex is an addiction too. Exercise is an addiction too. Eating is an addiction too. That is killing the youth. It's killing our babies. And I hope that my baby doesn't have to see it one day. And that's why I don't go see my kids, because what have I learned in the game, Every pimp you meet out there isn't gonna be good for you. That shit is not worth it. I can't teach my baby how to hoe. I gotta teach her how to be a woman. I can't just tell my baby it is what it is. That's not. That's the only thing I learned in the game. I was taught in the game. You do it, you get through it. Don't gotta be like that. Don't gotta be like that. I said, I'm turning 23. 23. That's young, but I thought I just started doing drugs yesterday. I'm like, oh God. My eyes are dark underneath them. It's like, my weight. It's like, I don't like shopping no more. I'm like, I'm 23. I should love to shop. I can't find nothing that fits me. I try every day to make sure I tell myself that I love myself. But to anyone who has had drugs around them and wanted to try it out, it's not worth it. Because you just might be that one that gets addicted. You just might be that one, and it's not a beautiful place anymore. It's not. Find something you love to do. Even if you don't, you try something. And if it's uncomfortable, you try something else. If you don't like that, you try something else. Because if a 50-year-old can try all different kind of drugs for 50 years, you can try tons and tons of different hobbies. There's so much to do. Please don't do this. This is not it. There's so much to do. There's no limit to anything you can do in this world. This is crazy. These buildings they can make, and they're not tumbling. That's crazy. It's insane.
You're seeing things more clearly now.
I always knew it. I don't apply it.
You're getting older and wiser.
Yeah, hopefully. But it means nothing if I don't use it. Anything you know how to do should be used as a gift. Don't hold it. Give it away. Not your body. Give it away. If you know how to do something, show someone else. Because the person sitting next to you might be depressed and they don't know what to do. Be that person that can say, hey, I know how to do this. And when you're 40 and 50 years old, you can say, I learned how to do that. I know how to do that. Oh, I also learned how to do that. I know how to do that. I don't want to be 60. Say, I just know how to hoe. Don't just live life, be life. Be life. Give life. That's what I want to do. I want to give life. I want to be life. You know? It's not over for me. It's not over. I'm not dead yet. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mark.
You're amazing.
Thank you so much.
Such a great talk. You got to do one of these every few months. It's inspiring to all the other girls out there.